Thursday. We are 1 week into National Novel Writing Month. It takes place every November. All these writers get together and try to write 50,000 words in a month. But maybe you haven't started National Novel Writing Month yet. Maybe you just heard about it, or you had a lot of schoolwork, whatever the reason, whatever came up that made it so you didn't get to start it on time. Don't worry. If you're still hoping to participate in NaNoWriMo, but you're feeling really worried because you didn't get started on time, you can still win. It is going to be a lot of work, a lot of writing, a lot of time management, but it is still possible to write 50,000 words in this amount of time. I've done it before. And so today, here are my best tips for getting to 50,000 words in NaNoWriMo if you are getting started late. I'm gonna call this step 0 because I assume you've already thought of this if you are watching this video and thinking maybe I can still win NaNoWriMo. There is always the need to be realistic, you know, if you are working a job that asks more than full-time hours of you and you have kids or you're in school, plus you don't have an idea, you know, there are all these things that might make you want to think maybe I shouldn't try to hit 50K, maybe it's not reasonable, and that's totally fine. You can still participate in NaNoWriMo and you're still a winner even if you get 100 words by the end of the month because it's more words than you might have had otherwise. The NaNoWriMo community is huge. There's plenty of room, whether you are able to do a fast draft or it's just not in the cards for you. We want you here. We want you watching all these videos. We want you coming to our virtual write-ins. You are always welcome in the NaNoWriMo community. That being said, this video is for those of you who think you might have the time, you might be able to do it, but you're just not sure what to do. Step 1, figure out how many words you need to write per day to win. It's always a good idea to know what your bare minimum is gonna be. So say you've got 0 words and there are 21 days of NaNoWriMo left, so 3 weeks of Nano left. You're looking at wanting to write about 2,380 words per day to hit that goal. No matter what, you should try and aim to hit that word count goal on a daily basis from here on out. But if you look at that and say, absolutely not, no way, just not going to happen knowing me, this is when I recommend step 2, which is looking at your calendar. What have you got going on in the month of November? Could you pick 3 to 4 days over the next 3 weeks that you could dedicate a significant amount of time to writing? And by significant, I mean like a full day, maybe a Saturday or Sunday, or maybe you have a day off of work. How many of these days do you think you could create for yourself? And how many words do you think you could write in those days? I know on a really, really good day for me, I can hit a 10K day. If I'm being realistic, we're looking at somewhere between 5,000 to 7,000 words in a day, but I know I can get at least 1 day of each weekend from here till the end of November to do that. And this is when we take step 2 and step 1 and combine them a little bit. I'm gonna be averaging all of this because math and nano don't really mix. I'm tired. But if you've got about 21 days of Nano left, you think that you can do 5K days on 4 of those days, that brings you down to 30,000 words left. Subtract out the 4 days that you are going to be doing those 5K days, and you're looking at doing about 1,667 words on every other day. That's a normal NaNoWriMo word count goal. This is my personal favorite because I know that I can do bigger days, and if I knock those out and get myself back down to the normal National Novel Writing Month daily word count goal, I just feel a lot more confident. It's like, oh, I didn't actually lose all that time. There are lots of different ways that you can get all your word counts in. National Novel Writing Month has their own YouTube channel where they're doing virtual write-ins a ton of the time. The WordNerds will be on the National Novel Writing Month channel on October the 16th at noon Eastern time. I'll put a link to that event down in the description. We are also on our channel over here every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, except for October the 17th, which is a middle of Nano celebration where we are partnering up with For the Words, and we're gonna be right here on this channel doing a 4-hour write-in. So we'll be on this channel doing word sprints, having prompts, cheering each other on from 4 p.m. Eastern until 8 p.m. Eastern. There's also the account Nano Word Sprints that is running word sprints basically all the time. Your local region is probably doing some write-ins if you live anywhere close to a city. So you can go out in public, meet other writers, encourage each other. I'm also a big fan of the website that I mentioned just a second ago, forthewords.com, where you can fight monsters by writing words. I've put links to all of these resources down in the description. Hopefully you know that you're not alone. You are definitely not the only person who might not have reached your word count goal thus far in National Novel Writing Month. You can still totally really do all the things. I believe in you. We are rooting for you over here on the Word Nerds. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite resources are for getting caught up in NaNoWriMo. I'm certain that I've missed things. The NaNoWriMo community is just so far-reaching. There are so many things that you can do. So keep on writing. I hope to see you this Sunday for our virtual write-in. Again, that's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Best of luck, Word Nerds, and until then, stay nerdy.